Welcome back to my workshop. Now, quite often, either here in the workshop or during my daytime job, I do quite a lot of electronic work or electrical work. Now, when I'm doing small components, I tend to use one of these, which is a set of helping hands. Now, these old mechanical ones that I used to use comprise of a couple of crocodile clips that grab onto wires or small components, and you adjust them so you can get them in the right place. Now, I've been using those for years, but my most recent one of those finally broke, so I threw it away and I was looking for an alternative. Now, luckily for me, I was approached by a company called ToolOur and they sent me a set of these. Now, what they are is similar to the other ones, but these are magnetic. Okay, they're available on Amazon for about £20, I think. I'll put the link here. So let's have a look at them, see if they're any good and see if they're going to be a good replacement. Let's get them out of the box. Right, so what we've got here is a set of magnetic helping hands. They're from a company called ToolOur. It's ToolOur helping, that obviously says hands. And it says no bite marks. Now, what does that mean to start with? Well, what that means is on the traditional ones I used to use, they'd use these crocodile clips for grabbing onto wires like this. And the problem is sometimes when you do that, you end up with the crocodile clip can actually pierce into the outer coating of the wire. Now, that's not always a good thing. In fact, it never is a good thing. Okay. So in theory, these ones don't bite into the wires. So let's get them out of the box and have a look. So this is everything you get in the box. You get a metal plate, okay, which has got a hole in it. You get two of the helping hands, and then you get some paperwork. Okay, we'll have a quick look at all of these individually and see what that's all about. All right, first off, you get a letter of thanks. Now, this is obviously from ToolOur, which is the company that actually supply these. It even gives you an email address here, which is quite good. It's just a letter of thanks to say thank you very much for buying it and the support. And it tells you that you can actually buy these on Amazon, which you already know because you probably already bought them. But it's nice to know where you can get them. Okay, so that's just a little letter of thanks. And it shows you they do other products as well. So it might be worth looking at those if you're satisfied with this. Also, what you get is a quick set of instructions. It gives you some dimensions of the components. Then it gives you some examples of how to use it. Okay, using it with little printed circuit boards and how to actually work it. Yeah, you can use it for soldering, soldering PCBs, and then using a dual head if applicable. Okay, so using both of these. All right, gives you some important precautions about soldering. Don't burn yourself, blah, 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 blah. And make sure the clamps work before you start. Okay, then you get the metal base. Okay, so this is just a piece of metal. It's probably about 3mm thick. It's got a foam base. And then it's got some little grippy rubber pads on it. Okay, I suppose the idea is, yeah, actually it doesn't move much. Okay, you're not going to be pushing it about too much. But yeah, so that's quite a weighty base. And you need that weighty base for these things to stick to. Okay, they literally stick like that. So let's have a quick look at this. So each of these are made up of basically a plunger. Okay, and it's got these little jaws on it. This side you've got thinner jaws, okay, which are covered in rubber. This side you've got slightly wider jaws, which will probably be better for gripping PCBs. And also it's got grooves in it here, which can help with gripping wires. So if you've got slightly thinner wires, you can use that to grip them. But we'll try all this in a moment. It comprises of the plunger at the top here, the jaws, a spring, and then on the base you've got quite a strong magnet. Okay, so these are both the same. Let's have a look. Yeah, both the same size. Let's give them a go, try and grip some wire and then try and do some soldering. Right, so when you're going to use it, all you do is you literally stick these to the base. Now these are quite solid on there, okay, they're quite a strong magnet, not likely to move around very much, unless you actually want them to. Then you can actually turn the heads like this, okay, and if you want to actually remove them, you just pull them off like that. Okay, so they're quite manoeuvrable, and the idea is, let's try aligning two pieces of wire. So if we grab one piece of wire here and get another piece of wire here, so if we were trying to solder these two together, okay, the old traditional helping hands used to be quite difficult to actually move. You'd have to literally undo them, move them together, etc, etc. But this one, you can actually move them quite controlled. Okay, obviously I'm not going to solder it like that, but just to give you an idea of how you can hold them still. And then once you've got them in that position, then you can probably solder them. We'll try that in a second. That's using the fat side. Now if we use the thinner side, okay, just turn them round, same again, L grip, move them into position. But if you see on a single point there, you can accidentally move them. All right, but the control is quite good. I'm impressed with that. Okay, and obviously not just for soldering wires, but if you've got something like a PCB or something like that, or any little component that needs to be soldered, you can actually hold it in one of them or two of them. Okay, and then that's quite solid. Yeah, so you can then actually get to soldering these. Alternatively, you can hold it in one of them, okay, and then have your wire in the other. Move them about. Yeah. And it'll hold it in place while you actually solder it, which is good. This is same again though, this can possibly tip, but it should be more than enough for actually doing the job. Yeah, so far I'm quite impressed. Right, let's actually try and solder something. Push that, push that. Right, this is a bit of a funny angle to look at, but it's the only way I could get it so you could see. What I'm going to do is turn these round. I'm basically going to try and solder this wire to this wire. Okay, so first thing I've got to do is obviously tin each of these, and we'll leave them in now so we can do that. Let's fire up my soldering iron. Right, I don't know if you noticed there, I'm actually using my USB powered soldering iron, which I did a review on, so I'll put that here quickly. Yeah, very good soldering iron, I'm well impressed with that. Right, let's try and get some solder on these. Just go for it, Frank. Okay, get some heat in there. And you can see I've got a lot of way here. This is just for the purpose of showing you it can be soldered. Oh, it's tricky. Okay, put it in there. As I say, you can manipulate these until they're touching each other. This is not going to be the best solder in the world, okay? This is just to show you what can be done. A little bit of heat, so that's now being held. Okay, so these two are now soldered together. Pop it out of here, pop it out of here. Not the best solder in the world. In fact, that's quite disgusting. I might actually do that again. But you get the idea. It can now be covered in heat shrink and then used as a joint. I don't like that at all. Let's cut that off and do it again. Okay, we'll do that again. There's obviously more than one way to solder. What I've done here is I've just got the two pieces of wire, I've twisted them together, and then I'm going to use the same again. Literally, just float some solder across it, and that should be a much better join, I think. Okay. Marginally better. Anyway, that's the idea of that. When you're using it for printed circuit boards, now we'll just use this little display here. Okay, you can hold it like that. So if you're just, let's take this wire off here for example. Okay, you can see it's actually moving side to side. Okay, but if you didn't want that to happen, just use the second one so you've got 2 points of contact and then it's quite solid. Okay, let's clean it up a little bit. And if you wanted to solder something to that, let's, for example, just solder a wire to it. Pop that off, put me a bit of wire in, stick a bit of solder on it, printed circuit board in. Oh, that's way too big. So now the component's not floating around anywhere. Okay, good solid joint. Right, that's good. I'm quite impressed with that so far. These are easy to move around, easy to hold things, and it holds it steady. There are obviously some limitations on this. Obviously the jaws will only open so far, so you might be limited on the size of component that you can hold with it, but it's good enough for things like this 9-pin DIN. Okay, so if you wanted to solder to that, again, that's easy enough, or you can actually hold it this way. That'd be quite good. If you want it even more secure, hold it this way. Now these are notoriously difficult to actually solder to, but this, in this scenario, let's just get a bit of solder in one of these joints here. Oh, nice. Strip a little bit of wire. Let's tin that. Right, I don't want to disturb that much, so I'm just going to quickly do that. Tin this wire. And then solder it to this. This is going to be quite bad, but we'll go with it. Okay, you get the idea. So, are these any good? I think they are. I'm quite happy with them. Yeah. Okay, so obviously another benefit for these, if you're working on site, for example, and you're in a control box, I'll just use this for a moment. This is my bandsaw, but if you haven't actually got a bench to work on, or if you don't want to use this, you can use any metal surface. So like this, for example, you can just stick it to this metal surface. Okay, put your wires in there, solder them, and then fit them to the component. And you could also use it to keep a list for your shopping. Okay, I think that'll do for now. Right, I think that'll just about do it. It was just to see if these are going to be a good replacement for my old traditional helping hands. I think they are. They look really useful. I think they can be used for a lot of other things other than just electronics. If you're doing small crafts or jewellery work or something like that, I think these will be handy. Okay, the grip is quite good. It's not just electronics. If you're doing, say, for example, little LED strips, for example, these will fit in there and you can solder to those. There's a multitude of uses. I won't go into all of them, and I'm sure you don't want to see any more of my soldering. Okay, I'm going to use these now to practice my soldering because it's obviously rubbish. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome back to my workshop. Now, quite often I use, shall I start again? I think they've got a multiple, I think they've got a multiple use. These seem like they're going to be really useful. I'm going to use them quite. Compressor. And so I thought I'll find an alternative. This is going on a bit already, isn't it? Let's do that again.